Honda's Africa Twin sticks to the formula that made it an ADV staple. Real off-road geometry, a punchy 1084cc parallel twin, and a tech package that actually helps when the surface turns sketchy. For 2026, the big story is continuity. Honda keeps the core hardware and focus intact, while details like colors and graphics vary by market. If you're shopping the Africa Twin lineup, the standard model is the one built around dirt manners. The key tell is the wheel setup, a 21-inch front, 18-inch rear wire spoke combo aimed at stability and rollover ability on rough terrain. Honda calls the standard model the one to journey deeper off-road, and the geometry plus wheel choice backs that up. That doesn't mean it's a minimalist enduro cosplay. You still get long-distance comfort features like cruise control and a full-size TFT dash, but the chassis priorities stay clear: ground-reading front end, compliant travel, and a narrow, easy-to-manage feel when you're picking your way through loose stuff. The bike uses Honda's 1084cc liquid-cooled parallel twin with a 92.0mm by 81.5mm bore and stroke and 10.5:1 compression. It's fuel-injected via PGM-FI with a 46mm throttle body. In markets where Honda publishes peak outputs for the 2026 CRF 1100L, the engine is quoted at 100 horsepower and 112 newton-meters of torque. What that means on the road and trail is this motor is tuned for usable drive and traction rather than peaky top-end theatrics. It's the kind of engine that can tractor at low RPM in technical sections, then pull cleanly onto faster gravel without feeling strained. Exactly what you want in a big-bore adventure machine. The standard Africa Twin comes with a 6-speed manual as the base setup, but Honda's optional dual-clutch transmission remains one of the Africa Twin's biggest differentiators. Honda describes it as a 6-speed automatic that can be left in fully automatic mode or shifted manually via paddles, with updated logic aimed at smoother low-speed behavior and more natural gear changes. If your riding includes a lot of stop-and-go commuting, long touring days, or you simply want to reduce workload in tricky terrain, dual-clutch transmission can be a serious quality-of-life upgrade. If you live for clutch control on steep descents or slow technical climbs, the manual keeps things simple and familiar. Either way, the bike's character doesn't change, just the way you manage it. Honda doesn't just market the bike as adventure, its suspension numbers are properly off-road oriented. Up front, you get a 45mm inverted Showa fork with 9.1 inches of travel. In back, it's a ProLink Showa single shock with 8.7 inches of travel. Honda also notes that the standard model uses a fully adjustable Showa inverted fork and calls out that long travel as a class standout. The practical advantage is composure. The Africa Twin can absorb repeated hits, washboard, embedded rocks, pothole edges without instantly spiking harshness into the bars. It also gives you more margin when the bike is loaded with luggage or when you're carrying speed across broken surfaces. Stopping hardware is big bike appropriate. Dual 310mm front discs with radial mounted 4-piston calipers, plus a 256mm rear disc. ABS is standard. Honda also highlights cornering ABS, managed by a 6-axis IMU, meaning braking control accounts for lean angle. Useful when you're trail braking on pavement or managing grip on mixed surfaces. On loose ground, the key is predictability. You want strong brakes that don't surprise you with abrupt lockup or overly aggressive intervention. The Africa Twin's combination of stout calipers and IMU-aware logic is designed to keep braking feel consistent as traction and chassis attitude change quickly. Adventure bikes are at their best when the electronics feel like a safety net, not a straitjacket. And Honda's Africa Twin package is built around a 6-axis IMU and throttle-by-wire management. Honda details 7 levels of Honda selectable torque control, 3 levels of wheelie control, and ABS settings that can be optimized for on-road versus off-road conditions, with the ability to tailor behavior by mode. If you're new to big ADV off-road riding, this matters more than raw horsepower. These systems can smooth throttle mistakes, reduce unwanted wheel spin, and keep the bike calmer when you hit surprise gravel on a corner or when fatigue starts creeping in late in the day. Honda offers 6 selectable ride modes: Tour, Urban, Gravel, Off-Road, User 1, and User 2, all controlled through the main TFT interface. Honda also describes a mode structure that lets you customize key parameters: power delivery, engine braking, traction control, wheelie control, ABS behavior, and on DCT models, shift pattern intensity. So you can build 2 set-it-and-forget-it profiles for your favorite conditions. In real-world use, this is less about gimmicks and more about speed. You can leave pavement in Tour, switch to gravel when traction drops, then go off-road when you want softer intervention and more wheel slip. The bike's mode system is designed to make those transitions painless. Big ADV bikes can feel intimidating at low speeds, so Honda emphasizes maneuverability. The standard Africa Twin is designed with a narrow seat to make it easier to dab a foot and maneuver at slow speeds, and Honda notes the foam is shaped for comfort on long days. According to the spec sheet, the seat height is 34.3 inches, standard position, and 33.5 inches, low position. That adjustability can be the difference between feeling on top of the bike and wrestling it in parking lots, ruts, or off-camber stops. Combine that with an athletic peg-bar seat relationship, and you get a cockpit that's meant to work standing up off-road as well as sitting down for long highway stints. Honda gives the Africa Twin a modern command center, a 6.5-inch touchscreen TFT that manages ride modes and displays key info. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, bringing navigation, messages, and media into the Dash ecosystem with Bluetooth audio support for optional headsets. And yes, cruise control comes standard on bike models, which is a big deal if you actually do the adventure touring part between trails. The theme here is reducing workload. The bike's job is to cover distance without draining you before the fun roads or the dirt begin. The Africa Twin's tech suite is aimed at exactly that. The Honda Africa Twin starts at approximately $15,199 for the standard manual transmission model. Riders who prefer Honda's dual-clutch transmission can choose the Africa Twin DCT, priced at around $15,999. Both versions are powered by a 1084cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine, delivering strong mid-range torque and proven reliability. At this price point, the Africa Twin remains a competitive option in the large adventure bike segment, offering long travel suspension, off-road durability, and advanced rider aids while maintaining strong value.